Nowhere. Like, he starts good. He has a great team behind him. And racing with a broken head, two bones broken in my hands. 3 days after surgery was quite nuts. But
yes, I'll most likely be on 450.
So I'm open. Like, if anyone is interested, I'm gonna ride for you guys.
We ride together all week, so I think in the weekend, I guess we just like to be together.
Good rats, good bumps, Italian style.
No, today I was kind of fast, but yeah, when you don't have the start here, we had the start, but make some mistakes, you can't pass. It's really difficult for me.
Hello and welcome to the Cult Moto post-race podcast here in Turkey. A little bit different this weekend, as it's the last edition of the season. We're bringing it to you on YouTube as well as Spotify. As always, this episode is brought to you by AF Protect. AF Protect is a leading innovator in the goggle film industry. Whether it's dirt, water, rocks, anything that the track can throw at you, AF Protect will have your goggles covered. Head over to af-protect.com and use the code CULTPOD10 for a discount on us. Jeffrey Herlings, Mxgp of Turkey. Another win, and it's your 50th win in the Mxgp class, so little milestone, making it 111. So where does this rank?
I think I'm ranking second on the all-time MXGP list, because actually the other day I saw on MXGP some Instagram, like Tony was leading like 70 something. So that will take plenty of time before I get that. But I mean, the 111, it's quite impressive, I think. I hope that record will stay there for a while. So no, really good weekend. Really pleased with it.
How was the track for you? I think in the first race you had Lucas in your sights, but it didn't look like you were trying to pass him. Was that sort of in the back of your mind, do you know that you can win on the 2-1? Did you sort of think that?
Yeah, definitely. I knew a 2-1 would give me the overall. So I knew definitely would have been better to win that first moto. But he was fast, so maybe I could have stayed with him, maybe not. I really had to take risks like this. I was really in my comfort zone. And when I was second, the second moto, I knew like if I passed Romain, I would win the overall. So I really went for it. And I think the pass was pretty sick. I doubled in so much speed going into that. I'm like, wow, that was cool. But it was fun. Was that when you come past after the finish line in double pass? Did you know a couple of laps before, right, I could probably get on the rear wheel? Or was it instinctive? You just thought, okay, I could send it here? I was looking for lines throughout the entire moto, like when I was behind, because I had a bit more, I feel like I had a bit more speed than Romain. So I was just looking for lines, and sometimes I was really close. But then I would get so much worse. I'm like, oh, it hurts. So at that point, I was like, I saw the double. I was almost next. I'm like, I just have to freaking send this thing. So I just send it, and then I passed. I'm like, this was good. Now we got it. But now we have to, because it was still like 10 laps to go or something, 10 laps to go. So was still plenty of racing to do. But no, it was a good weekend.
Some of the guys, mainly on the 450s, have said the starts for them were having to be on first gear. Was that something you had to do? Or if you didn't have to do that, was there any sort of difficulties with the bike this weekend at altitude?
That's what I said like in the interview before, we had to change some things because of the high altitude. I think we were 1,100 meters high, between 1,000 and 1,100. So I also had to start on first gear, but we made it happen. I think our starts were throughout the weekend not the greatest, but not bad. But I positioned myself quite well on the inside, so I was always there within the top three, and it was good.
This marks your 4th win this season, and that means in the last 3 seasons you've got 4 wins, but you might better that tally with the 2 rounds coming up. But where do these wins rank for you now you're a little bit older, obviously in your career, sort of approaching not the end, but you're getting there, and it's you're still winning. Every time you come back, you're winning. So do these come almost more, you appreciate them more compared to when you were young, and it's just you're Jeffrey Herlings, you're going to win wherever?
Yeah, every time I'm on that podium, like, this could be my last time. When I was in Arnhem and I saw all the crowd, like all the Dutch flags, I'm like, this could be my last time standing here. So it's really emotional. And then before again, I'm like, this could be my last time. So I surely don't hope so, and I feel like I could win more in the future, but it's going to get more difficult every single year. I'm turning, unfortunately, 31 next week, so that's hurting the system. And like I said, I'll probably race for 2, max 3 more years, and I'll be done. But I still enjoy it. I try to stay in my safe zone. Definitely, it's a risky sport, so injuries happen anyway. But just keep doing my best, and that's all I can do.
Well, if you've got maybe 2 or 3 years left, I like stats, and I know you're 11 wins away from tying your MX2 tally. Yeah. So that would be pretty cool. So are you deep down? I know there's always like stupid murmurs that people say, oh, there's more wins in MX2, which is ridiculous. Yeah. So it'd be pretty cool to maybe end the career more MXGP wins, and that kind of shuts that up as well.
Yeah, exactly. Actually, my goal is to win one more championship.
Yeah.
I feel like if you look at my wins, Moto wins, GP wins, podiums, compared to my championships, it looks horrible.
Yeah.
So I feel like I hope to win one more championship before I retire. And I actually feel like if I win a championship, I should retire straight away, I think. But because it will never get any better than that. But nah, we'll see. We'll just keep doing our best.
And last thing from me, you're not going to the Motocross of Nations.
Yeah.
I mean, these last few results, you're definitely physically fit enough and
Yeah.
you're capable. But was it sort of you wanted to have this respite, you wanted to sort of knuckle down in the winter, and obviously Calvin's been riding well, Glenn's been riding well, and you just sort of needed that time off?
Well, it's not me who decided.
Oh.
Honestly, many people say I didn't want to go. No,
That's what I keep saying.
yeah, that's what people think. But at that time, I was actually hurt when they kind of made the decision. I just was back racing in Lommel, and at the time, Glenn and Calvin were better. So, I mean, I've got no hard feelings towards them. I mean, the Dutch Federation has been very loyal and good to me, so I respect their decision. And what can I say? Yeah, definitely. Would be nice to battle with the likes of Jett and stuff like that. Like, I'm a massive fan of him, and I honestly think I can't beat him. But even if I would just stay with him, would already be good enough for me. So I do miss the chance of racing against him at least.
Is that, sorry, one last thing.
Yeah.
You're talking about Jett, and obviously you've got Eli and everyone else that you've raced. And what do you think makes Jett so good then? Like, that's like an impossible question, but what would you say makes him amazing and that someone like yourself couldn't beat him?
We're making it. All right. Sorry for the interruption. But what makes Jett so good? Like, almost every rider has one thing where I could see like, oh, I could beat him on this or I could beat him on that. When we talk about Jett Lawrence, I don't know where. Like, he starts good. He has a great team behind him. He's fit. He's fast. He has an amazing technique. So where would you want to beat a guy like that? You know, like I don't know. Like, I really don't know.
That's an honest answer.
I honestly am happy I don't have to face him and I don't have to race maybe once a year the Nations. But for the rest, I'm really happy I don't have to face him because I don't know. I maybe would beat him once or twice a year or a couple of times, but not for a full
Let's
championship.
put him in Lommel. I reckon you've got him in Lommel.
Lommel, maybe but he'll put my Jeffrey Herlings here as a Southwick, he put my gear and he also won there, so. But maybe on the sand, but also there he's super good, so like, he's just a top athlete.
Yeah, perfect. Thank you for the interview and well done this weekend.
Thank you so much.
Cheers. We're done.
There you go, bud.
Maxime Renaux, MXGP of Turkey. 6th overall on the weekend. I'd say it's just an average weekend of someone for your calibre. You should be fighting for wins and podiums, as you know. So take me through it. Are you happy or just content?
Yeah, none of both actually. I'm not so happy about the weekend. I wish I had more. Struggled a bit with finding my setting all weekend long, and was looking every entry on the track. I was with different setup. So last moto felt a bit better, and it showed a bit on track, but still not enough to go with the front four guys. So yeah, we need to work definitely. I also have my part of it, we will try to make a quick win for the last 3 races of the season.
When you were making the adjustments to the bike, was it mainly sort of the front, the rear, or was it everything? You're just trying to get comfort everywhere?
Yeah, I was struggling with the front quite a lot, diving and no grip from the back. So we tried many stuff, and towards the end of the weekend, so we were starting to get better. Also with altitude here was a bit special. We had to start with the first gear, so not easy with the 450, and it was quite challenging, but it's information for next year, and we keep working.
Heading into a weekend where you're racing at altitude, do you know that you're going to have to start in first gear? So is that something you have to practice during the week? And
actually, no, we were not expecting to start in first gear because we kind of made some little changes engine-wise and also on the sprocket, to try to start in that second gear. But when we came here on Friday, it was just impossible. Like, the bike would just die after the gate, so we couldn't make it happen, and then we had to find a solution, and it was first gear. so I had to go Ronnie Mac style, wah, 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 all the way. But yeah, it was what it was.
How did you find the track in terms of just riding it? Let's say not having to try and race it and go as fast as physically possible. It looked quite fun. Would you say it was quite a fun track in comparison to usually like really narrow and old school tracks?
Yeah, it's quite nice. This year, unfortunately, didn't got so many options, to pass. It was like a bit of a train. So yeah, obviously I didn't have the pace from the front, but I could see that there were not many passing opportunities. But yeah, track's fun. I always enjoyed here. This year somehow I didn't have a great feeling, but normally it's a track that I really appreciate, so it's always nice to come here.
Obviously this season started amazing, and then you just had a dark cloud put over you after that with injuries and everything in between. So how frustrating has it been for you, knowing almost what could have been if just some stuff happened a little bit differently and you just had a little bit of luck your side, you're going to be in that title fight? So is it something that you've sort of put to the back of your head already, or is it something that does eat away at you a little?
For sure, it has been very frustrating, breaking my hand after getting the red plate, and feeling like I really have what it takes to fight for it for this year. Was a tough one. We still tried to make it through it. I went racing with a broken head, two bones broken in my hands. 3 days after surgery was quite nuts. But and then we went from one injury to another one. So couldn't train. Was just going to races to try to salvage some point. In the beginning, even with injuries, I was still able to fight for top 3, top 5. So which was amazing. But then, obviously the lack of training and the fact that I actually couldn't train during the week, not physically, not anything, not on the bike, started to slowly drop, and I got to a point where I was not training anymore. So we decided to make a break of a good month, and after that it was just building back, and we are still building back. We're far from being 100% like we were in Argentina. So yeah. 2 rounds to go and the Motocross of Nations. Are you excited to just finish this season and finish it on a high with something like the Motocross of Nations and the racing in America? I'm sure that it's exciting for the European guys to head over there and race one of the sort of the iconic tracks. So you're looking forward to just ending this season strong and hopefully getting, well, not for me, but hopefully winning Motocross of Nations for France. Yeah, sure. We that's what we aim for. Building up towards Nations, it gives us a couple more weeks to get ready. I know I will not be on my best level like I used to be in Argentina because it takes quite some time, but we're going to give our everything to be the most ready possible. And like you said, it's a big motivation to go racing in Ironman. In US, it's always nice, like it used to be also in 22 in Red Bud. So we'll just give everything on track, and definitely wearing the French jersey will give extra motivation.
Perfect. Well done this weekend.
Thank you.
Liam Everts, Mxgp of Turkey. I can see on your face, I think you're a little bit frustrated with this weekend, and rightly so, because I think your riding was much better than displayed. So take me through it and how we feeling.
Not really frustrated. Like I said, riding was really good. I was up there. Times were really good. Just didn't really get the start, and yeah, when the time was to go, it didn't really come along. So first moto, I was behind Kai and couldn't really find a way around him, and then I battled with Langenfelder, and then I had a pretty big get off actually in the waves. I kind of looped it out, but I kind of got it to lay down on the side, so I kind of just rolled out of it, which was all right. So I finished, I think, got back from 7th to 5th, I believe.
Yeah, that was it.
And the second moto, I got a really good jump. Then in the first couple of corners, I just couldn't find the gaps to go to. So then I think I was around 9 and found my way back to 5th, which was good. Yeah, it's really difficult track to pass. Obviously, everybody's quick here. It's not really technical. You just got to keep the momentum rolling, and still managed to do some nice passes.
How would you assess your season so far? It started really strong. Obviously, you had the red plate heading into St. John, heading into St. John, and then it's been up and down. I think there has been some strong signs, and obviously the crash in Finland didn't help when you were leading, which is always the way it seems in motocross. So how are you feeling on the season?
Yeah, it was intense actually. It was, first of all, difficult coming back from the big injury.
Yeah.
It was a very big one, very scary one. You know, having no feeling, it's messing with your mind. You know, but I think we came back from that well, especially the first couple of rounds, 4 or 5 rounds. Like I said, first red plate, so that was a really big positive this season. GP win, and then we just, I don't know, it got away from us. I think starting in Arco when I had the first DNF, when the throttle housing broke. And then I think I just got away in my mind. It carried a lot heavier than actually what it was. And then we had Portugal, and that was that. Then kind of came out of it in Latvia. We started to go up again, and then we had Madali, which I was back on the box.
That's it.
And then there was one more where I was on the podium. I think Swiss also.
Yes.
And then we went to Finland where I had I think a dominant day, you know, just in general. And then I had a big get off. And actually in that moment it wasn't that hard. Also the weeks after coming back, recovery, I'm quite okay in my mind with that. But once getting back to racing in Sweden, that was heavy to get it with the mind, to keep going and just enjoy it. And then we went to Arnhem, I think, which was already a little bit better. And then did the ADSC last weekend, which was a blast. You know, nice track, riding in between the 450s, so that was cool. And I always like coming here, and I had a good time here.
How come you did the ADAC last week? Is it just to try and get a couple more gate drops in for the ones that you've missed, or was it an opportunity that you sort of got asked to go and ride there and you thought, why not?
I think both, yeah. The gate drops I missed in Lockett, Lommel, and then Finland on Sunday. There was, I think, 5 weeks I missed, so I kind of felt that in Sweden, definitely in Sweden. And then, they asked me, and it wasn't that far from my home. I think it was around 3 hours. So it was great to do, you know. The ADSC, they have a really good championship, are really good organized, and have nice tracks. So, I'm happy I did it.
Sort of coming into the MX of Nations, how are you looking sort of for that? Are you ready? Are you excited? And obviously getting on to, I don't know if you'll be on a 450 or a 350.
Yes, I'll most likely be on a 450.
You excited? I'd say your riding style definitely suits it more, and I'm sure you've probably heard that from everyone. So, sorry about that. So going back to the Nations, you're looking forward to getting on most likely a 450 and sort of racing a new track, and I'm sure it's everyone's dream to race over in America and race a cool Ironman.
Yes, obviously it's very nice track we're headed to on the 450, so very excited to go there and see how the track is. Obviously, I think it's going to be different than here, definitely.
Yeah, for sure. And last thing from me, the altitude. Was that a factor for you? I find it quite interesting asking everyone, and some people it has no issue on, and other people it might have a more physical sort of aspect. But was it the bike was just a little bit slower, or did you feel it as well?
Body-wise, I don't feel it at all.
Really?
It's a very, very easy track and a very easy GP on the body. Let's say cardio-wise, maybe muscle-wise, it's a bit heavier. The roost also hurts a bit, but from that point of view, it's not a heavy GP at all. Obviously, the altitude does a lot to the bikes, which actually I enjoy. You know, you gotta really work on the bike, and that's something I like.
Do you think it makes it more technical and it just kind of plays into your hands a little bit more?
If the track is a little bit technical, yes, which we didn't have today.
Didn't have today. It was just ruts and bumps, but
it was quite a high-speed track. So.
Yeah, and big jumps. It's kind of like America, I'd say, from watching. Would you say?
I'm good with watching.
well done on the weekend, and
thank you.
Yeah, see you soon.
Yep, thank you guys.
Kevin Brumann, Mxgp of Turkey. Let's not talk about the results because there wasn't any due to the bike breaking. However, in that first race, you were riding really strong until the bike broke. So you're happy with your riding at least before it stopped?
Yeah, to be honest, I'm feeling better and better. Every time we go out on the track, we feel better. Since we had, even before the injury, the shoulder injury, we were riding good. We were always getting one step closer to the main goal, and now today I felt good. Had a okay feeling in the warm-up actually, but then when the gate dropped, I felt good on the bike. I had fun, and I tried to catch my country mate, but it's just difficult to pass him. But at the end, I was riding good. I was super happy with my riding, and then sadly my engine broke like 5 minutes to go. So that's the only bummer. Got some pain in my shoulders now from the bike stopping and almost crashing and everywhere. So we tried in second race to do the sighting lap, didn't work out. So we had to take one more zero hitter, but we try in China again.
It's a long way to come to not be able to race a second one, but at least you didn't crash out. With the altitude, is that a reason maybe why the engine could have broke, or is that just a stupid question, or is it just bad luck that it broke?
To be honest, we checked the bike and the chain was stuck in the engine.
Oh.
So first we thought the whole engine is broken. Now we could see it's just another unlucky day for me. So we think it's just a random stone got into the chain, which made it happen. So shit happened. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that word.
It's the Cult Moto post-race podcast. Do what you want.
Stuff happens.
Yeah.
But like we said, we now take a rest, and then in China we go all in again.
How cool was it chasing Jeremy and sort of mixing it up with him? I'm sure it's someone that the Swiss fans love, and yourself, you probably look up to him, and it's cool that you were arguably faster than in parts. So how cool was that?
I'm really to be honest, I'm still trying to realizing it.
Yeah, oh my
because
God.
It's the number one in Switzerland.
Yeah.
So I'm just trying my best. Still have a lot of respect for him, what he did, what he achieved already in the whole career. So obviously I want to stay fair. I'm not going to take him out. But no, it's just a nice feeling to see finally compete with the factory guys. So I hope the people see me. So I'm trying my best, and we just give everything every weekend.
Let's go back to Arnhem a couple of weeks ago. That first moto was unreal. I believe you come home in P9. I tried to find you after the race, but unfortunately you had a bit of bad luck and you crashed. So I'm going to have to catch up about it now. So if my questions are bad, I apologise. But how cool was that running inside the top 10? You was on your own in the last 10 minutes of that race. And I was standing with your family. They were going crazy. It was really cool to see because you weren't there by just people falling down. You were there on your pace. So how much of a confidence boost is it knowing that you can run inside the top 10 on one of the toughest tracks on the circuit?
To be honest, it was unreal after the first race. I just had a good start. I had a good first few laps, and I just like the sand. Lommel, I love Arnhem. Just the track is tough, it's crazy, and everybody has to fight. Nobody has a real flow, I guess. But it's just unreal to finally get into the top 10. It gives a lot of confidence for me. I struggled with a little bit believing because every year we just get injured or we just were unlucky. But now with that result, we really try to improve also during the week, and we know the work what we put in. Also my family and all my sponsors, all the work they put in, and all the friends around me. It's just a point to see in the season that it makes sense what we do, that it's for something, and like we said, it was one step closer, so we try to get it again and end the season good with the last 2 rounds.
These rounds, the last 3, are obviously a long way away from Europe, so it's tough for the factory guys and teams to get here logistically, so it must be very hard for yourself and your team, and a smaller effort. So it should put more respect on sort of the results and riding you're putting in. So heading into these final 2 rounds, what are your expectations? What do you want to do? Do you want to get 2 top 10 results and sort of get that top 10 overall, or where we're going to be aiming for?
To be honest, I just want to finish the weekend first. Definitely we want to end for sure both races, both rounds in the top 15. And all factory people are here. It's not that they're just playing around. So we just give our best. It's tough for us. We don't have all the amount of money like other people have.
No.
But with the stuff we have, I think it's possible to make it happen. So we're just going to give it a try.
And last thing from me, next year, if you've got any sort of plans or anything different that's going to be for Kevin Brumann, or is all things the same, or do you not know?
I just had a 1-year contract, so I'm open. anyone is interested,
This is where you pitch it to.
I'm gonna write for you guys. Just hit me up. No, we're still trying to sort out. We're still talking with some teams. Nothing sure yet. We need to see, but like I said, we're still open. So if anyone wants to make me an offer, I'll be up for it.
Perfect. Well done today, although you didn't get the finish, but good riding.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thanks, guys.
Guillem Farres, Mxgp of Turkey. Strong weekend, although the results don't show it. Your riding was really good. You led some laps. The qualifying race you was on the charge and got third. So are you happy with the weekend or a little bit frustrated?
A little bit frustrated, especially after Saturday. I think I got like 10 in time practice, but I knew I was competitive, felt good, so was not really worried. Qualifying mode, I had a terrible start. I think I was 11. And I worked my way up to third, close to Kai that was in second, so I was pretty happy. Unfortunately today in the first moto, I didn't have the best feeling, struggled a little bit with arm pump and could only finish 6th. I got passed by 2 guys in the last lap, so I was pretty disappointed about that. And yes, second moto, I actually had a terrible start again, but I don't know what I did in 2 corners, and I was second or third, and I passed for the lead in the first lap, and I was leading for 10 or 15 minutes, I don't know, until I got passed by Simon and Kai.
Yeah, so with this track this weekend, I would say, and I could be completely wrong, it had like more of an American style. Would you say that? I mean, you got the experience compared to the other guys in that, or not really?
Some places, yeah. Some parts are still really tight, but the prep was pretty good. Maybe could have been a little bit deeper for some more lines, but yeah, definitely we got lucky also with the weather, and the track, the dirt was pretty good. The moisture was there all day, so yeah, I like these tracks.
Did you find riding at altitude this weekend sort of any different? Some people get affected by it more like physically. Usually the bikes tend to sort of be a bit slower, or was it not a problem for you?
Not really physically. I felt it a bit on the bike, especially on the starts, but with our bikes, not a big problem. So for us, I think it's an advantage when we come to these races.
You and Camden seem to always be together every time I watch. What is there anything behind that? I mean, every time I see the 99, I'll see the 8, and you'll be switching around, and you ride quite aggressive with each other as well. So, what is that about?
We ride together all week, so I think in the weekend, I guess we just like to be together.
The season, are you happy with it? Personally, I think similar to a lot of guys, the riding's better than results, but it's hard to piece it together. It's not easy. So, yeah, where are you at with the season?
Not really happy, you know. We struggled in the beginning of the season. For me, actually, it was a new championship. I never rode, made some wild cards back in the day, but I spent the last 2 years in America. Didn't have any time on motocross in 2 years, so I was riding supercross a lot. So yeah, it was definitely a new challenge. Also, I got a big crash, missed 2-3 rounds due to a concussion. So yeah, it was a rough start. But yeah, I think it's a good learning year, and we have to put it together all next year, show what we learned this year, and try to be competitive every round.
How have you been finding the travel? I mean, the worst of it's coming up, going to China and Australia. Or have you quite enjoyed it? Some people in America say the travel is actually harder because the flights can be longer, but I can't imagine that's accurate. But what do you think of the travel?
Actually, the travel is, yeah, you have 2, 3, 4 rounds that are really, really far, but everything else is not bad. In America, when you travel from the East Coast to the West Coast, it's also long travels, like 6 hours, 4 hours, it depends, but it's not a big difference for me. I actually enjoy coming to these places, and it's nice.
You'll be with the Triumph guys next season. I feel like even though the team's very new, you've already got such a good base, it's only going to get better. So are we right in thinking and expecting that we can see the pair of you, Camden and yourself, running up front next year, and I'd say be both title contenders?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we both won motos. We both show we can be up there. So just have to put it together every moto. I mean, the bike's new. This team's been working for a long time. So yeah, the team's working their butts off. So you just have to perform on the weekends.
Yeah. Last one from me. Are you heading back to Europe, or are you going back to heading straight to China?
Heading back to Europe for 2 days, and then flying back Wednesday to China, and then I'll do China, Australia, weekend off, and go to the Nations.
Well done today, mate.
Thank you.
Valerio Lata, Mxgp of Turkey. 10th overall on the weekend, but I would say your riding was much better than a 10th overall. So take me through it. I'd say maybe not happy with the result, but happy with your riding.
Yeah, I'm not so happy for the result, also for the riding. Yesterday, good feeling with the track, also with the bike, and yeah, first and time practice yesterday, so the feeling was good. But today, many mistakes on the race. Also, the start was not perfect. So yeah, also on the track is difficult to pass another rider because only one or two line. So yeah, I'm not so happy, especially on the race 2 for my riding. But yeah, I have another opportunity next weekend.
In time practice, when I was watching, I went back to the media centre and said to the guys that you looked amazing. So what was it about the track that you liked? It looked like instantly, as soon as you got on there, it was a track that suited your style.
Yeah, this track I like. And yesterday the track is good ruts, good bumps, Italian style. So yeah, the flow was so good, and I take first position 2 times, 2 fast lap, and the second was better. So for this I'm happy.
What I noticed in the races today was your lap times. You were setting your fastest lap times later in the race, whereas usually I tend to think you start well and maybe the pace isn't there towards the end. So is that something you've been working on, or is it just a combination of liking the track and maybe some poor starts didn't help you?
Yeah, in race 1, not the best start, and after I come back from the little group from Adamo, Valin and other rider, but I don't pass the rider because it's so difficult. And yeah, so close with the time, but whole weekend, also yesterday. And yeah, race 2 is difficult, really difficult. Also a little bit tired from the end of the race, but yeah, I give my best every time, but yeah, I'm not happy.
This track is at altitude, so the bikes tend to be a little bit slower. Did you notice that the bike isn't as quick as usual? And is there anything that you had to change to sort of counteract it and make sure you've got as much power as possible at altitude?
Yeah, it's difficult to give the best from the bike, but this weekend good setup with my team, with mechanics, with Honda. So the bike this weekend was good. So I'm happy and a good step. This is a good way.
How have you found the Honda this year? I'd say your speed, and there's been signs every weekend of sort of top 5, top 3 and maybe even wins, but it just hasn't pieced together. But do you like the bike? I know you'll be riding for them next season, and do you think you've got a good base now heading into next year and the final 2 rounds where you can really knuckle down and show what your riding has been sort of worthy of?
Yeah, I give my best every time, but now is not my moment because I'm fast, but only in time practice or free practice, and now I don't have the whole race. So this winter, of course, I try to give the best heavy training for next year and full gas for that, of course.
And 2 rounds left. Very far away. Will you be going back to Europe, or are you travelling to China from Turkey and then to Australia, or will you be going back home and getting a couple of days in at home?
Tomorrow I have the fly with the whole team and go in Shanghai, and after the race I go in Darwin.
Are you looking forward to the real flyaways?
Yeah, it's my first time in this race, so I'm happy because it's completely different from the Europe. So yeah, I can't wait to race in Shanghai, also in Darwin.
And last thing from me, how has the step up been to full-time MX2? Obviously last year you podiumed at your home race, so it's no stranger to be racing these guys, but to be racing this amount of races must be tough on you. Is that something you're finding probably the biggest factor, racing all over the world in 20 weekends?
Yeah, of course. Last year I raced European Championship, and one race is easy. Yeah. But 20 race is difficult, especially on the rhythm of the race, the whole weekend. So this is the most difficult for me this year, but I give my best on training this winter for go top for next year.
Perfect, well done today.
Yeah, thank you.
Sacha Coenen, Mxgp of Turkey. 3rd overall. I'd imagine you're a little bit disappointed because I think a win was possible this weekend, but it was consistent, it was steady, you kept it on 2 wheels, so you happy?
difficult to say. I'm not so happy of second moto. Make 2-3 mistakes, and that cost me the win. Let's say had some collisions with my teammates, so wasn't really happy about that. But it's like it is. We keep fighting forward, and we see in China and Australia how it's gonna be.
The track looked really rough in the second moto. Was that mainly where you're talking about the mistakes? Would you put that down to just the track being a lot different, or just, you know, when you sort of get shuffled back, is it hard to sort of stay in that flow?
Track was quite sketchy, let's say, second moto, but also first moto. I managed to do it good, but second moto I didn't have let's say the first few laps. So yeah, I couldn't make a gap, and then just made some mistakes, and it's like it is.
I'd say the last 4-5 rounds, maybe even more, you've really started to piece together consistent weekends, and this is another example of them. So is that something you've been conscious of and working on, or is it another thing where you need a little bit of luck sometimes and you've had everything else and now you're managing to get them on the box even though you want to win?
Yeah, let's say everyone wants to win, we do, and now it just like starts to be like good. Let's say we start to be consistent. We were consistent from the last 10 rounds, let's say, and now we can even match the speed, let's say. So that's also good.
I have a stat sheet with laps led. You're second in there, and I believe a couple of weeks ago, if you combined everyone in there outside of Simon, you had the most laps led, even with them combined. So you know how to lead laps. What is it going to take, or maybe shift towards next year, where you start piecing these together? Because I think Moto 1 today, for example, if you rode like that, I don't think many people could stop you.
No, today I was kind of fast, but when you don't have the start here, we had the start, but make some mistakes, you can't pass. It's really difficult for me. So yeah, I just needed to get that first few laps, let's say, and then I could win, let's say.
And last one from me. These flyaways, are you a big fan of them? Would you rather end the season in Europe, or do you not mind coming to Turkey and China and Australia? Where do you feel about that?
I don't really care about all these things. Just give me one bike and I come to race.
Thank you, mate. Thank you for listening to the Colts Moto post-race podcast from here in Turkey. Unfortunately, this is the last episode of the season. However, we will be back next year, better than ever, and we look forward to seeing you in the new season.